At small forward, Zachary. At center, Onyeka. At shooting guard, Dyson Daniels. At forward, Jalen Johnson. At the other guard position, Trey Young. The head coach of the visiting team is Quinn State. Let's bring out the Portland Trailblazers. At small forward, at 6'7", number 33. Standing 6'5", number 17, Shaden Sharp. Guard 6, number 1, Anthony Simons. The man in the middle. At 7 foot even. 2, DeAndre Ayton. The other forward position at 6'9", number 8, Danny.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Portland Trail Blazers here at Moda Center. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Gundy. On the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup.
All right.
Opposed to Lee Johnson and Okongwu. Trey Young is out there with Daniel. And it's in at the 3 slot. For Portland, they've got 8. Shaden Sharp is out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Avdia, and it's Kamare in at the small forward. Well, Greg, this matchup features 2 teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want it into the sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Now, here's Sharp. Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. Fires for 3. Rebound, Atlanta. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Pass to Rizachet. The layup off target. 23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Sharp on the wing. He's covered by Daniels. 5 to shoot. To Simons. Over Young. The shot's good from Simons.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counter. How do you respond is half the battle out there.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 2 from Portland. In a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP. Know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. On the court for Atlanta. The front court is Rizichet and Johnson. Daniels out there with Trey Young. And it's Okongwu in his pass to Rizichet. And a miss there on the triple. And here is Simon. Outside, Avdia. Young against shot clock at 5. It's up a 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Inside, covered by Simon. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Young. Simon outside. Shot. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The run up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. With Quinn Snyder, coach, they came at you offensively. So what has to change for you defensively?
Well, a lot, obviously, with everybody on the floor. You know, they're capable of doing this, but we're not. It's just too easy.
Got to tighten things up and go along. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action. Halftime. Basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close it's been so far. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, he's a problem, no doubt about it. One that opposing teams have to grapple with every time he takes the floor.
Avdia is out there with Trey. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
At the Onyeka Okongwu, shooting 1.
Mind the lanes. The lanes. 1 shot.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top defense. Scoring's never been the issue with this core. The defense has been non-existent.
And it's Simons missing. Here is Daniels. Defeated by Sharpe. For the lead. And it's Brown. Pass to Simon. Here's Ayton. That 3 off mark. On the side. Over Ayton. And that off the rim and in. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. 2. Start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from the work break. And we're there tonight as we take a look at our State Farms of the game.
this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And it's been very good so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so in the game for the Hawks, in the post will be Johnson and Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in at the small forward position. Three-pointer. Down the 3.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. And he knows no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
It's dance time for them. Here are your Blazer dancers.
Let's head over to the line and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He asked them to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. Johnson dishes to Daniels. Down. Young. Good.
Big time basket. At a big time.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And we've got a by Chauncey Billups. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
They do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the one. We'll see if they try.
Everybody get down. You have the camera on you. Nice try. It's all good.
Here's Simons. From past the arc. That shot misses. There's a 4-second difference from the shot to the game clock. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Young and Simon. at 6. Young's shot is off. Now Sharp. Three-pointer, Simon. Oh, that shot at a chance. No good. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Trey, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight, so how satisfying was this win?
It feels great. It feels great getting at the end of the day, I mean, I'm here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Well, you all certainly did what you had to get the win, and congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it now. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Now the starting lineup for the visiting New York Knicks. Power forward, Josh Hart. At shooting guard, Mikal Bridges. At the other forward, OG Anunoby. At the other guard, Jalen Brunson. Center, Karl Anthony Towns. The head coach of the team is Tom Thibodeau. Your small forward, 6'5", number 4, Mo. Your shooting guard, 6'4", number 2, Brandon Pachitsky. The big man, 6'6", number 3, Draymond Green. The other forward, 6'7", number 10,
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, Forrest. Now, New York starting 5. We've got OG Anunoby. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Brunson in at the point guard position. And for the Warriors, Curry and Potts make up the backcourt. Roses Looney out there with Butler, and it's Green in at the center position. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be when you can drive it past the Judith score. all the things they can. It changes the geometry of the floor.
Now here's Bridges. Pass to Hart. Out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. Brunson tries again. And it's good on the lay-in.
Generously listed as 6'1", Jalen Brunson knows his way on the inside and painted area. Look out.
Here's Butler. Outside Green. Butler. From deep three-point range. And it's Brunson with the rebound.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing more guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And that does it for the first quarter. Knicks out in front, leading by 4. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't. If you're just through one quarter in this one, and from New York, what's your take so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, the number of guys who've done a grab guard.
Brunson's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Butler, and it's Moody in at the small forward position. That's through for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Butler against Hart. Now Healer. He's closely guarded.
Feel bad for the defender here, right? He tries to challenge Jimmy Butler's shot, times it pretty well, but gets tricked by the pump fake.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy?
That's a fair question, B.A., but at the same time, his hunger is just so different than everybody else's. Let's see how long is.
No good on the free throw. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a with great upside.
Was good.
Simply stated, Jimmy Butler is a game changer. This guy will compete on both ends of the floor, gives you everything he has.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Outside Moody. Brunson against Curry. Green with a screen on Brunson. Curry from deep three-point line. Hart pulls it in. Brunson from behind the arc. Can't get it to drop. Now here's Curry. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. New York out in front. They're up by 5. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggled to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third right after this. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen thus far. On the floor for New York, Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's Anunoby in at the Bridges passes to Hart. Towns on a screen. From the arc. He trips it from range. Towns has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Green with a screen on Brunson. Here's Curry. Takes the footer and hits it.
But you want to step him off the line, that's no problem. Steph, an efficient move into mid-range jump shot.
Brunson looks it over. Brunson inside with the finish.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And so it's New York, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. What has them in front right now, in large, they're taking great shots. NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Leading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Curry and make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green 5. So that's proof out there for Golden State. Pass to Curry. Into the lane. Oh, serious focus from Curry.
Steph Curry's got to absorb some contact in that instance, but that does not have any effect on his ability to put points on the board.
First personal foul. Team foul.
And now we've got an intense foul.
Stephen. First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for New York, Jalen Brunson. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Because Jalen Brunson's such a terrific decision maker, you can tell how confident and comfortable this team is when he runs the offense.
And so both free throws good, and it's an 8-point ball game. Golden State calls timeout. They're late. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
Not much time left. You think they have a chance to come back?
Get up and make some noise for your Warriors.
Curry with it. Anunoby picking him up. Curry's shot is off.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially on soft defense.
Left side Brunson. There's There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. So this one belongs to the Knicks. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Ryan Anderson thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Hi and welcome everyone here on K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have Ed Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. So let's start the Charlotte starting lineup. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mike is out there with Josh Green. And it's Williams at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, outside the wings are Reeves and James. Hachimura out there with Hayes. And it's in at point guard. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and confident backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now, here's Ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's a surprise. I mean, really a character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Offensive rebound. The 3 for Doncic. Hands it from downtown.
Great off-ball action for Doncic.
Ball the pass to Miller. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Goes back up. Bridges. And no good. Good work defensively by Hachimura. Here's LeBron. And he banks in the lane.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to curl LeBron when he focused on scoring.
Left side. 20 feet out. And yep. They tries after rolling around the rim.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is the aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
A good close contest so far. This first quarter. Lakers 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
You got to credit their defense communicating rote play on the ball.
They've got rattled. Only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
In that forward for him, it is James and Hachimura. Luka Doncic out there with Boston.
Okay. I guess Ron wanted that one to sting a little. Keep a little extra on that
one. So it's the Hornets now. It's a 5-point game. Ball gets Green. Back to Ball. LeBron. Green wasted no time on that one. He's got 6 points.
From mid-range, LeBron really dialed in. Can't think you're safe giving him those shots.
Ball from long range. Bowlers with the rebound. On the wing. Covered by Miller. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for him. I mean, just the execution you want in the first.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6 point at the end of the quarter. Defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. LeBron James, he's really been playing well.
Done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Ball on 1 and 2 from three-point land. On the court for the Hornets. The guard spots filled by Colin Miller. Green is out there with Miles Bridges. And Williams at the 5. And it's the Hornets ball. Trail by 6. Outside ball. Pass to Green. Back to ball. Just 5 to shoot. Bridges outside. Offline 3. Lakers by 6. Here's James. James absorbing hits on the drive.
Well, that's exactly what he wants to go. Almost unstoppable once he gets the ball in the painted area.
Here's Ball. They kick it out to Green. Aston Miller. Shoots over Doncic. True 14. Miller's got his second basket of the game.
You really can't get too upset at the defense there. I mean, they were there, but just not good enough to prevent the mid-range jumper from falling.
The third quarter comes to a close. Lakers on top. They're up by 6. And we're coming right back to this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time now to do our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Okay, fans.
We've reached the fourth quarter. What has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish.
Do or die possession, they have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. Come up empty, and it's
outside. The wings are Reeves and James. He's out there, Hachimura. And it's Doncic in at the one. That's the Laker 5. And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first foul. First team foul.
A crossover. Reeves outside. Yes, LeBron picking up the assist.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this is. I mean, the win is go get.
Charlotte calls timeout. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
I mean, it's if there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
I agree with you. Time is not on their side, but that's really their only hope, so I'm sure that's what they'll try to do.
Miller with a wide open look. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Josh Green.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Reed in the corner. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And here's Sharp. 7-point differential. Williams passes the ball. No good from outside. Doncic against Ball. And so the Lakers take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early. But let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much. LeBron, you looked aggressive out there. How did you get to your groove tonight?
The defense set the tone for not only myself, but for offensively, we're still trying to figure it out, so I felt there was need for me to kind of turn up the pressure a little bit offensively, see if I can get something to the hoop, get into a good flow, and I was able to do that.
Yeah, and it was a lot to watch, man, on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our player of the game, LeBron James.
time to introduce the starting five for your Philadelphia 76ers. At power forward, at 6 wing, number 9, Kelly Oubre. The other forward position, at 6 wing, number 8, Paul George. At shooting guard, 6'4", number 5, Quentin Kwai. At guard, 6'3", number 9, at center, 7 foot, number 21.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. And the force will be our reporter from the sideline. A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, a lengthy pair. And it's Strus in at the small forward. And for the 76ers, Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. Richard, what do you expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Now here's Garland. Outside Strus. Allen finds Garland. Pointer knocks down the triple.
God like Garland hitting threes on the rest of the floor.
To the inside, Oubre. Mobley grabs the board.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Garland, the pass to Allen. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Mitchell misses. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You can tell Maxey enjoys moving the ball. He likes setting up other guys.
Allen with a screen on Maxey. Garland for 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's all target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Cavaliers on top. Number 2 will get underway. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game first quarter. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
Well, you have to imagine they're feeling pretty confident the way things have gone.
But they can't afford to get complacent because of the early success. There is still a lot of basketball to be played.
We've got Kelly. He's out there with Paul George. Joel Embiid is out there with Maxey. And it's Grimes in a 2-guard. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Finds the bottom from 13 feet out.
And you can see why they put him in these spots. He's able to use size to get the shot he wants.
That's just smart basketball. Late in the game, they see the favorite matchup and they take advantage.
Now there's Mitchell to the paint. And Mobley throws it down.
Well-run play, and Mitchell puts it in the perfect spot.
Outside Oubre. Pass to Grimes. Screen by Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Prime shot is off. On the wing, Mitchell. Up high, and it's Allen who jams it home.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, and they are connected. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cleveland on top. They lead. Well, now I'm to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to action at the start of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, the evenly contested game. On the court right now for Cleveland. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Maxey, the rebound goes to Cleveland.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Pass to Mobley, down low. And there's Strus, that one's good. On the assist by Mobley.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Now Philadelphia with it, trailing by 5. Embiid, a screen on Strus. Here's Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Embiid. Look at Embiid with the skilled finish.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
And here's Garland. Allen with a screen on Maxey. Garland for 3. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Cavaliers on up by 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a chase because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Paul George, and it's the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Garland. Money.
That is absolutely just for moments like this.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
It's time for dance camp. If you see yourself on the big screen, you know what to do. Show us your moves. Let's go. All right.
course.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He told his guys not to lose hope, saying to them, "It's a long game, fellas, and we're in this one, but I need each one of you to step up your intensity right now." Let's see if Coach's message resonates, guys.
Okay, thank you, Al. Maxey against Garland. Releases. And it's Maxey missing. And he commits the intentional foul.
Paul George. That's his first personal foul.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Tyrese Maxey. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Garland. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second. And that increases the lead to 6. This is do or die time.
They must play flawlessly.
Timeout is called by Nick Nurse, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Your Sixers ENT. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Cavaliers on D. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. 6 seconds separated Bucks. Embiid. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. Grimes' shot is off. And intentionally.
Joel Embiid. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Garland. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that hurts. He doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And so the Cavaliers take waited well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
And that about wrapped up. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Harlan, and Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Short a rotation player, nothing that they can't overcome, but it does show the margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Collins out there with Murray. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then Zion Williamson. And it's Messi in at center. And for Indiana, the forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. And it's Turner in at the 5 spot. We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play. This is have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandem stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Now here's McCollum driving to the basket. Down by Halliburton.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
Throw good, Siakam. Swept in the first round last year by the Thunder, and that tying in is very unfortunate. Very untimely.
Oh, man, that was crushing. Williamson had 40 points in that play-in game, playing his best basketball, and then hurt very late in that contest. They really missed him, obviously, against OKC, and just bad luck for New Orleans last year.
And, Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively, but where do they start?
Can't be, Kevin. I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls. They've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And getting the offense started with a quality look down low.
Pelicans shooting their first throw of the game.
Messi. One shot.
There's 25 to play in the first quarter. Halliburton against McCollum. Halliburton outside. 6 to shoot. Up and in on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
One in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Lead by 1. Live from Cambridge Fieldhouse, you're watching 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
To start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And so Siakam will bring for him down. Halliburton in the backcourt. Now to his side. With Neesmith and Siakam. And it's Turner in at the spot manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Indiana. McCollum feeling it out. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. To Nembhard. Halliburton at the elbow. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Defense doing their best to put Halliburton off balance, but he stays flexible, kind of warps around the defense and adjusts to the contact.
Murray outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Pacers out in front. Lead by 3. A chance down to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Rick. What do you like about how your team is playing tonight?
Making was there. We're not turning it over. We're doing a pretty good job defensively, but a long way to go.
Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Second half, here's Willie Green's foul. Williamson out, Troy Murphy. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Messi in at the 5 down low.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Mr. Williams. Back to Murray. Shoots over Nembhard. Murray. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
The insane athleticism of Siakam excels at making the D get aggressive.
The Pacers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And knocks down the first one. Siakam hits them both.
Yeah, they're getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Now here's Murray. Nemhard covering. Murray scan forward. Pass to McCullough. That will come. And we bring to the third. Pacers lead by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth coming up next. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And this is it. Glad to have you for this fourth and final quarter. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nemhard to his side. And it's Neesmith in at the 3 spot. That's the Pacers 5. Shot clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Himself on the line to get to the line. Murray going right at the
line
defense.
for the Pelicans. DeJounte Murray taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Known as a stellar defender, Murray's offensive game has all come a long way. He's established that confidence on that end, and he's not done improving.
And he ends up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
Here's Nemhard. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
C.J. McCollum. First personal foul. First team foul.
And the Pacers with possession here. Halliburton with it. Pass to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. Halliburton is double. Here's Nemhard. Off target outside. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 6. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
Here they are, your Indiana basemen.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. McCollum kicks it out to Williamson. The three. The rebound by Halliburton. And now we decide foul intentional.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Pacers. Shot.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you say?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
Know what to do. Show us your moves. Let's see the moves. Look at those moves.
The three-pointer.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
So a close game. He's in to take this one. It was up for grabs right until the final second.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered the most. Doing what had to be done, and to send these fans happy.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
the big man at 7 feet tall, number 19. Starting at the other guard, standing 6'8", number 3, Brandon Ingram.
Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. So the opening lineup here, Clippers, Powell and Kwai in at the forward box. Chris Dunn is out there with James Harden, and it's Zubac in at the center position, filling out the middle. And for the Raptors, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram, and it's Barrett in at the small forward position. Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
BA, there was a point in history we were talking about is the 5-man phased out of the game, and all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally a special match tonight.
And it's lit with the ball for the LA Clippers. Pass to Harden. Dunn outside. Back to Powell. Leonard outside. 6 on the shot clock. No luck on that one. Powell. Kicks to Quickly. Pass to Barrett. Against Barnes. Pirtle with a screen. And again, Toronto, no good. Fires away from way out. That's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so that's the end of the first quarter. Hopefully pretty stacked. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. If you're joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. You know, you look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
I really like the attitude they displayed here early on.
They're working together so well, and the level of certainty that comes from trusting one another.
There it is, the 3. Barnes will play the 4. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram, and it's Pirtle in at the 5. That's the group Toronto to kick off the second quarter.
How about the strength and explosive nature of Norman Powell? This guy excels at absorbing contact.
Doris, you won't find too many players that can provide the instant spark that Powell does.
Brian, you know that expression, know your role, star in your role. Norman Powell knows my job is to come in and give my team a boost. And this guy comes in thinking score and change the game, and he does just that. Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
Now here's Pirtle. After their title in 2019, The Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stores.
Well, think about it, B.A. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
And that one falls. Pirtle. And so Pirtle nails both of them. So it's Los Angeles now. Harden, the pass to Leonard. Leonard, so strong.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Ingram, knowing where to go with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good.
Crucial play. Using the height advantage, finished at the cylinder.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Clippers on top, up 1. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's inside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, guys. Stu, a strong half for this team. What was the mindset that gave you guys the lead?
We just have to be ourselves, just be ourselves, move the ball, place the selfish, and we're going to get ourselves on offense.
True to you, guys.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
The center court. And get ready for the half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot. Better luck this time. Give it up for the participants.
It's Harden with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 1. Checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the half. Powell and Kwai in at the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with James Harden. And it's Zubats in at the center position.
Yeah, Zubats knows his job. That's to do the dirty work. Get into the offensive glass.
Outside Ingram. Overdone. The shot by Ingram, no good.
I don't know if he's trying to out or what. There's no reason for that.
That's too easy for Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard has found so many ways to score. Around you with his length, he can go through you with his strength. This guy's so tough to guard.
By Pirtle.
And plays like that will make the difference in a close game.
Typically got the on their feet too.
Well, credit him for going for it. not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And we just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Clippers ahead, leading by 3. We'll get right back to the action when we return. A worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication, connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Hurdle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Barrett in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Expect them to take their time this down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
Pick and roll play is a specialty of James Harden. And if he's got the ball in his hands and there's a pass to be made, I promise he'll deliver it.
And Darko Rajakovic called a timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
And it would be smart to go 2 for 1 right now.
Attention fans, now on the court is for our squad. Get loud and listen. It's time for T-shirts.
Here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what Coach is looking for.
Thanks for that, Allie. Outside Ingram. Quickly outside. Tie it up. Rebounded by Dunn. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first team foul.
So it's Los Angeles now. It's a 3-point game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Kwai, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Cannot convert on the second. That's 24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Now here's Ingram, defended by Dunn. Pass to Pirtle. Now quickly. There's the 3. And it's in. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings them within 1. And they foul intentionally. They have to do at this point.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You don't want them to run out the clock.
At the line for the Clippers, James Harden. 2 shots.
Two. And so he drops them both, and it's a 3-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
And time called by Darko Milicic. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout.
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a 3-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
You must
Seven seconds left in the quarter. And he buries it.
And coming down the stretch, you just can't afford that type of defensive breakdown.
And right now, neither side can get a stop. Looks like both coaches will have plenty of material for the film room.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. And a great call on his part. This time you want to be in sync right here. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I really would have preferred to avoid it.
At the line for the Clippers, James Harden. Taking 2 shots.
Hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And there's only one option. They need a triple.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
So a close game sees the Clippers taking this. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
James, when a game gets close down the stretch like this one did, talk about the mentality this team has to have.
Time to lock in and get stops. I trust in my guys to make the big plays, make the big shots, and we move on.
The trust paid off. Thanks, James.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Kobe White is out there with ball. Then it's Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Vucevic in at the 5. And for the Nets, it's Johnson with Claxton. D'Angelo Russell out there with Cam Thomas. And it's Williams at the small forward. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Here we go. Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching, Kevin. You know, I can always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
You can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Especially on the defensive end, Kevin. You've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Outside, ball to the paint. Here's White. Giddey going around. It's 3 pointers off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Williams. Nice defense from Giddey. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. White finds ball. Vucevic with it. Claxton.
Hey, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 2. 2 Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And good action in the book. We get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Standing on the defensive end in that first quarter, they were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then it's White. Then Lonzo Ball. And it's Giddey in at the small forward position. Now here's Vucevic. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Certainly, Nikola can hit threes, but he's a 7-footer with touch. Those inside shots, they work too.
The Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Most underrated bigs in the NBA. Vucevic quietly dominates on a consistent basis.
Now, here is Russell. Here's Claxton. No good with the layup. Buzelis with the ball. Outside ball. That's good, and so good with the assist.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slide it home from deep.
Here's Thomas. The pump fake, but couldn't finish. Good if it goes. First quarters as we reach halftime. The Bulls on top. They're up by 4. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment.
Fans, please direct your attention to center. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking of a shot. Nice try. It's all good. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. This is out there with Russell, and it's Williams at the 3. So that's the Nets 5. Now, here's Ball. Here's Giddey. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
God, the D has to show a little more fight interior than they did on that trip.
Johnson outside. Pass to Williams. Takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Outside Ball. Here's Vucevic. Claxton covering. A jump bank shot. No good. That's by 3.
Gotta run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme. No reason to put up an early shot here.
Thomas inside. Not gonna go that time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Bulls lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And you know, you can count on him for at least a couple of pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with his fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So for Chicago right now, Giddey, Buzelis out there with Vucevic, then it's White, and it's Ball in at the point. Now here's White. To the inside, and stolen by Russell.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Yeah, this one isn't over, but they can't afford to waste any time.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, Coach breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And here are the Bulls now. After the wicket by Brooklyn, Vucevic doesn't go that time. Good defense by Claxton. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. This is a huge huge moment, folks, in this game. And he needs to be prepared. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
This is where great coaching can dividend.
They'll only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
They have not led for a while, a chance to do so here.
Well, they'd like to retake the lead on this possession.
Thomas found it. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. Off target from downtown. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous issue for
An accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlanson. Thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. So long.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
the singing of tonight's national anthem. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. So, the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, Conley and Ann are the one of the Julius Randle out there with Jaden McDaniels, and it's Gobert in at the center position. And for Houston, Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Ben Thompson out there with Alperon Şengün, and it's Van Vliet in at the 1. And the highlight of this game could be the matchup at the 5 spot, Clark.
You know, Brian, we've seen strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got 2 bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
Thompson outside. Pass to Green. Now here's Şengün. Launches it for deep. Can't hit that one. Conley with the ball. Outside McDaniels. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. The kick out to Edwards. No good on the triple. And he's got the ball here for the Rockets. Pass to Van Vliet. to the paint. Here's Şengün. And a foul called on the way up. So 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Exactly. The defense determined to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Şengün. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Edwards. The shot, no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's Houston. They lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, what do you think about the Rockets?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
And Timberwolves with possession. Van Fleet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Alperon Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Excellent mobility right. I like when Gobert rolls to the rim with that aggression.
Van Fleet against Conley. Şengün a screen on Conley. And the basket by Van Fleet.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, the screen, I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Conley. Outside McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
Built like a linebacker, Edwards is not your average off guard, folks.
Conley against Van Fleet. Six to shoot. Şengün a screen on Conley. 3-pointer Van Fleet. No good that time. It could go. That shot off. And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
The Timberwolves 4. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs. Measuring up the shot. Oh, so close, so close. Give it up for the participants.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing 3. Julius Randle here with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point.
Throwing it down. Gobert using all of his height there.
Brooks against McDaniels. Pass to Thompson. Minnesota with a rebound. Right side McDaniels. Brooks with the rebound. And Brooks has got the ball here for Houston. 2-point game. Randle against Van Vliet. Here's Thompson. And followed by... Pass to McDaniels. Back to Randle. Over Van Vliet. And the shot is good. Dropped it in off the front of the rim.
Mix of effort and ability to shut down a player of his caliber.
The third comes to a close. Timberwolves ahead, up by 4. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
And with the accuracy to go along with vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Make some noise, fans!
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperon Şengün out there with him in Thompson. In at the 1. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Look at this little fella going in there and eating up some glass.
And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul. Thompson. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, Julius Randle taking 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
It's an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalize.
And Steve Doka has a timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Thompson in the post. Randall's there. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. On the wing, Green. Thompson, a screen on Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Houston. 17 seconds left in the fourth. All right, guys, what's your take?
Trying to extend one, but it seems futile.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot.
On the screen, you show us your smooth. Let's go. Look at those moves. Let's see it. Next pitcher.
And here's Van Vliet for Houston with another miss. And so it's Minnesota with the W. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie Lors, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.